Now I'm down here at Cannes, and they've got the brand new Prestige 630S here. Rather a nice bit of kit. So I thought, since it's parked there and there's nobody on it, we ought to have a very quick yacht tour. So let's start right from the back. Bathing platform. That will lift and drop hydraulically, so you can lower a dinghy into the water. Off cockpit. Big sunbathing area there. It looks like that backrest pulls forward to make seating around this folding table. And you've got your wet bar just here. Now, just inside the doors here, lovely big galley area. Full-size fridge freezer over there on the left. And the rear window lifts up to match the doors, so you can completely open this area for serving out into the cockpit. And there's a bit more cooking facilities over here. So heading forward, main saloon. Very nice. Very comfy looking seats. Let's try them out. Yes, I think that suits me. Now, interestingly, on this boat there has got a sliding roof. And I say it's interesting because it's a flybridge boat. You normally get either a sliding roof or a flybridge. This boat has both. Helm position here, double helm. It's an all glass cockpit, so there's no instrument gauges. It's all done on the screens, as you can see just here. Rather nice. Okay, let's head down forward and see what we've got. So on the port side here is a guest cabin. 2 beds, like so, and they have their own ensuite, which is tucked away in here with a separate shower stall. Let's head forward. And this one then is another cabin. So you've got big double bed in the centre, and you've got little writing desks and windows, big skylights up above, loads of storage, and that of course has its own ensuite. And you might think, well, that's a very nice cabin, Nick. Quite like that. Not that spectacular for a master cabin on a 65 footer though, and you would be right, because it's not the master cabin on this 65 footer. The master cabin is further back, and rather nicely, if we pass back through this saloon area and back to the galley, it has its own private access tucked away down here. Do you like my socks? So head down into here, and if you own this fine vessel, this is where you get to sleep. It's rather nice, isn't it? Feature wall on the back there illuminated. You've got big windows over here. There's a settee in here as well. A nice view of Cannes out of the window, and what looks a little bit like a treasure for some reason. So the other side we've got opening windows again, and another lovely little study area just there. And this is your ensuite. It's rather swish, isn't it? Sink, a separate shower stall, and of course the central lavatory. So, master cabin, very nice. Let's have a look up on top. So we'll head back up our private access, back past the galley, back outside the boat, and the steps here will lead up to a flybridge. As I say, quite unusual to have the sliding roof on a flybridge, but they've done it with this boat by making the flybridge slightly smaller, but it is still a very good size. So you've got your helm position just here, upper helms. This is where you drive on a lovely day like today, with a seat for your bestest crew next to you, and a nice sunbathing area over here. In fact, this will lift up so that if you prefer, you can have more forward-facing seating. There's a fridge out here, and this currently is laid out to sunbathing, but that is a table in the centre there, so of course you can take the centre cushions off, and that will give you more seating and somewhere where you can eat outside. Then up on the front, past that opening hatch, you have got your forward sunbathing area. Let's nip up and have a quick look at that. So back down the steps. Head on down the side deck. Nice high rails, nice wide decks, and we have got the forward sunbathing area. There's a sun top that lifts up at the back there, and you've got seating at the front here, so you can lift all these backrests up, and you can imagine on a nice day, looking out over the front, you can sit here and do a little dolphin spotting. How pleasant would that be? Anyway, final thing to have a look at. Let's go and have a quick look in the old engine room, which I suspect is accessed via the crew cabin at the back. Let's go and have a look and see if I'm right. More rails to hang on to, very useful. Back down to the platform. Incidentally, this little bit of tread area here, as the platform lowers, that moves into position as steps into the water, which is quite nice. Back across the back, another access here. So this is where your crew, should you have them, or your spare guests, could stay. This again has its own ensuite tucked away in here, and then two cabins. It's a bit full of gear at the minute, but two beds rather, but you get the idea. And also in here, of course, is access to your engine room, and this is rather splendid as well. So this has got IPS engines, twin Volvo Penta 950s, full standing headroom. That is rather nice, and as you can see, twin engines, and it's also got a water maker on this one, interestingly. But yeah, plenty there to make the boat go. So there you go, a new Prestige 630S. Quite nice.